Volleyball fans, welcome back. I'm Nick England. This is Matt Prosser, and this is about to be another great set of volleyball. We're here for match number 5, the OC Stunners taking on the Chicago Untouchables. I'm so excited to see Chicago Untouchables 3-0 off of event number 2, going head-to-head. OC Stunners 2-1, had a rough event 1. They're battling their way back up the ladder. What are your thoughts on this match heading into it?
Yeah, you know, we've seen some new additions through Atlantic City for the OC Stunners, so excited to see how they come back now after 2 weeks of practicing together. I expect them to be better, if that's possible, than they were in Atlantic City, but you know, it'll be hard to say. They're going up against a good, solid team from Chicago with some big players, specifically 7-foot-tall Paul Blonzik.
Paul, yeah, was it his Instagram name is Paul Too Tall for You, I think, is that coming in at a 7-footer, the tallest guy in the league. Second to that is Sean Dennis on the Ramblers, but those are some big boys, and they love getting him involved in the middle, as well as you see the dynamic duo in their second slot is shared by Matt Buffum and Tom Burrell, two guys that have been with the NBA now for some time. So excited to see them get involved as well.
Yeah, for the Stunners, you know, we're going to see Corey Chavers carry a big offensive load for them. His first event of the year was in Atlantic City. He made an instant impact for that team from his passing. He's a former All-American from UC Santa Barbara. He's played, I think, the last 2 seasons professionally overseas in Europe and has made some great strides in his game. So offensively, he's a threat no matter where he is on the court, front row or back row. His blocking is legitimately one of the best in the league. So expect big things from Corey Chavers, number 6 in white tonight.
Right now, you can take a quick look. We're going to have the standings on your screen. This is dynamically changing. Southern Exposure just locked in their ticket. So Team Freedom and Southern Exposure on that right side right now are both locked in with their ticket to event number 4. And on the left, if I'm not mistaken, nothing is confirmed yet with Blaze having 3. No, they're sitting at 2 wins, 2 and 5 right now. So that's going to be an uphill battle, and I think that they are basically vying to compete with that 4th slot. So that's Tyrant Stingers and Ramblers all locked in. But we're about to get underway here. Cap with a big serve, received by Jarvis, backside to Santiago. He tries to cover himself, but that's going to be a huge block right there from a duo of Tom Burrell and Milnazik. That's Jake Milnazik wearing number 9.
Sorry, Nick, don't mean to cut you off, but 6'10" Santiago going up against the 2 blockers that are around 6'3", 6'4", a little undersized compared to the 2. It was a nice block back that could have been controlled, but Jair reached back when he probably shouldn't have.
Cap, one of the best servers in the league, is going to miss that one long. Ian Cap put up back in November of 2020 one of the biggest serving runs we've seen, where he was down. They were down against the Blaze by 6 or 7, and he put 6 or 7 aces in to win that set. Keep an eye on that throughout this. Quick set to the middle. They're going to get the middle involved early, but Burrell swings wide.
Unfortunate hitting error there on his first attempt. It wasn't a forced attempt at all. A great pass. Want to get him activated for sure if you're an Untouchables fan. And Coach Whiskerchin over there trying to get his middles involved early on.
And now we've got a hand pass there from Ramos. Outside to Eddie Kiesecker, and there's a net on Kiesecker there. And it's funny, you know, Mitch has been one of those player-coach guys that's done it all. And I always talk with him. I can't get his name right the first time, no matter how much I get it. And I'm just to a nod to him. It's Mitch Whiskerchin. I'm going to get that one right when I say it fast and don't think about it for 12 seconds.
You mean it's not Whiskerchin, like I've been saying for the last 8 weeks?
Yeah,
now
as
you
great
tell
as that
me.
would be, I'm sorry.
Now you tell me. Sorry, Whiskerchin.
Yep.
Family.
Big swing off the right there, and that one is Milnazik.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on our communication.
You know, that's a big part in any successful relationship, Matt, and I think we'll be able to iron it out, and I think we're going to be able to see that one through.
Let's hope.
Let's hope indeed. Oh, Milnazik back again to serve here. Chips that one in, catches Eisenberg with a little off speed, drops it in front, and that's an ace. Love to see that early on for the side of the serving pressure of the Chicago Untouchables. Ringing true with their name, untouchable indeed. by Jarvis. Quick set to the middle. Amato tips over the top. And you talk about middles. This is going to be one of the best middle matchups across the league. On the Stunners, you've got Nick Amato, Nick West, Kevin Gear, Shane Beamer. On the right side, Chicago Untouchables, Matt Buffum, Tom Burrell, Paul Bolonzik. There is a wealth of experience on both sides.
Yeah, excited to see that battle shape up throughout this match.
Quick set to the outside, Jair one-on-one, and he's gonna net there, chasing Nick Ramos.
Jair just lost a little bit of control there on that block move and ended up into the net, unfortunately. Net violation.
Last time Ramos was out here at Pierce Sports Center, he had a fantastic weekend without some of the recent additions, so look to him getting involved early. And there's a touch called while the swing was out. Touch confirmed there, and that's a point for the Stunners.
Touch called by the up ref, Tony Chan. For those of you who have been in the volleyball community for some time in Southern California, you've seen his face before.
Amato hits a variety of serves, goes for the float here. Pass by Milnazic that's tight, and that's going to be a back row attack. That ball broke the plane, absolutely. That's what I saw as well. Cap as a back row. There was no press. The big thing that's telling here is Nick West didn't chase the ball. He put his hands up nice and flat, so that tells you if it hits his hands, it broke the plane.
It was a disciplined move by Nick West. He didn't reach over, but he allowed the ball to break the plane, which then made Ian Cap's set illegal as a back row setter. Excuse me, attacker.
Eddie Kiesecker, miscommunication there.
They need to work on their communication too, Nick. It's not just you and me.
It's a common theme here. Juan Rosa Melendez looking to, they're trying to figure out who the best option is there. And Eddie Kiesecker is still facing the court. You'd like to see him take that ball and try and get someone a swing or at least a comfortable free ball there. Ooh, Nick Amato must have paid a little tip to the net earlier because that 20 worked for him there.
That was a nice use of the equipment with the gentle little trickler.
In the words of Happy Gilmore, just tap it in. And pass by Ramos to the middle. And that's going to be Randy Morales, unable to come up with a dig there for Matt Buffum's cannon of an arm.
Excited to see the middles here. Just realized that Paul Bolonzic's not in the starting rotation for the Untouchables, so to see if he comes in at some point.
Dug by Kiesecker. Morales tries to track that one, or Melendez tries to track that one down and not able to do so. Interesting. I'm taking a look down at Chicago Untouchables right now, and it looks like Kyle Schwady, not able to make the trip here. On a plane, currently getting that one in my ear from the live update.
You're welcome for that tidbit of information that I just shared with you.
Yep.
For our communication skills. He did fly back from Chicago today. He was supposed to arrive at 5:30, but his flight got delayed due to some technical difficulties.
And there's the triple block. They're setting up a camp over there. Nick West, Randy Morales, and Joey Jarvis.
Yes, the blockers from the Orange County Stunners did not get stuck in traffic on their way over here, and that was a nice, well-formed three-man block.
Always a plus. If you've ever been to Southern California, that's saying something too.
It's all coming back.
Jair Santiago, someone that is a very aggressive server, and if you're Chicago Untouchables, you can breathe a little easier knowing that one goes long. Untouchables down now by 4 at 6-10. Jarvis handles short pass. Nick West unloading over his left shoulder. Aggressive swing, and man, he just has such mobility and flexibility to go after that swing there.
Nick West, 6'8.5", almost 6'9", rail thin, very athletic, good jumper, great range, played overseas professionally for a few years after his time at the University of Hawaii.
And now to add to that incredible and informative list, he hand makes glow-in-the-dark wood-crafted skateboards. So if you're looking for a way to get a ride and support the guy, check Nick West out. Hand pass by Chavers. High ball to the outside. Chavers hangs, rolls over the top, picked up by Buffum. Cap goes to Milnazic, and Milnazic blocked back into his face, it looked like.
Once again, Nick West, another nicely formed block. Nick West contributing on both sides of the ball right now, offensively and defensively.
As someone that's spent a lot of time playing these West Coast teams, I gotta say there's two names that stick out of people I never challenge angle, and that's Nick West and Greg Faulkner. Doesn't matter if you see him or not, they are gonna get you every time. D-ball here, Kiesecker touch, dug by Jarvis. Randy goes for the D-ball, and a big swing, Jair Santiago hammers that one home.
Jair just taking out the trash, quite a nice swing from him. The big 6'10" opposite, flying out of the back row.
And now we've got Nick West. He hits a variety of serves, hits a float, hits a jumper, and there's the jumper. Cap goes back to the D-ball for Eddie Kiesecker, and there it is. Amato doesn't miss a beat.
We're continuing to see the block and defense of the Stunners develop into one of the best block and defense schemes in the league, especially with Nick Amato, Jair, Nick West, Corey Chavers, is some of the biggest, most physical blockers we see in the NBA.
They really are. Wow. Voice is already, eluding me here on day one, but they really are.
You've been talking a lot.
Yeah. Still recovering from Atlantic City a little bit, and we're right back into the action. But that's what we do here at the NBA, is we bring high-quality volleyball to the fans all season long. Nick West smashes that one, and Melendez gets a good handle on it. Randy almost corrals that one with his chest and chin, but a nice swing there from, was that Milnazic? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just Randy not getting his hands quite over tight enough. Just went a little bit too high, reached, and got that ball sort of off the elbows and then to the chin or maybe the cheek area before it went out of bounds.
Cap still dialed in to battle the wind from the Windy City, and just not realizing there's none of it here to help him out, and that one goes long. Randy with a float. One hand force set to the outside. Eddie Kiesecker on a great attack line, hammers that one home, a little 4-4 swing. Eddie Kiesecker, someone we haven't seen too much of this season, but is someone that's been an integral part of this group of guys when they were formerly part of the Tennessee Tyrants and now the Chicago Untouchables. Love to see him get involved. Randy with a quick back set there, and Chavers gets very vertical. So effortless.
He's a smooth player. He's got good range like that. When it's in tempo, it's a nice thing to see for the Stunners.
Yeah, it certainly is. And now at 16-9, we're going to have a technical timeout. We'll be right back here. Stay tuned.
Flow state, the trailblazer, the closer, the do-it-all hero. All of us were born different. Some of us demand more than we were given. Some of us submerge ourselves in the wake, dive into the trenches, and fight with the ferocity of the rising storm. Some push themselves to attain more than those who came before. And those catalysts deserve and demand a form of fuel that will enable them to do so. Introducing Brain Fuel, a cerebral beverage. Be smarter, think faster, live beyond.
And we are back here at Pierce Sports Center. Once again, if you're just tuning in, I'm Nick England, joined by Matt Prosser. We are in match number 5 of the day. This is the nice exclamation point to a great day of volleyball. We've seen some sweeps, we've seen some marathons, but everything has been a lot of fun to watch all the same. So be sure to tune in. If you haven't already and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to support the NVA, because this is not just for us to sit here and talk to ourselves all weekend long. It's for you guys there at home and to find pro volleyball a home here in the U.S.
And all over the world. If you're watching on YouTube, make some comments. Let us know where you're at. Love to see where you're watching from. We saw some people from India the last match all the way on YouTube. It's great to see.
certainly is. So many great players that we export to play all over the world, and giving them a place to play here at home is one of those big pride points of the NVA.
Volleyball's a global sport, Nick, and it's so great to have a professional men's indoor volleyball league in the United States.
Nick Amato back now, holding on to a 7-point lead. Goes to a float serve. Offset, tries to get managed, doesn't hit the antenna. We're good to go. Chavers, high ball to Jarvis. And Jarvis, the high corner. If you want to talk about a player that understands this game at a high fundamental level, number 7, Joey Jarvis. He really understands how to be an emotional leader, how to be a physical leader. He just really gets what it is. And so when you see this team that has so many weapons, it really allows him to have a perfect niche in this squad where they don't rely on him to be the kill leader. They don't rely on him to do too much. Pass well, swing smart, mitigate errors, and keep the mental level of the team even and high IQ. He's always talking to his guys. This is the next big move. Here's what I want to see. And he helps develop so much of the identity of that team. He's an import they brought in from Canada, one of 3 that they've got. So
yeah,
a big addition.
The epitome of a role player is Joey Jarvis. He contributes in all aspects of the game, even in the terms of keeping everybody level-headed, on the same page, calms everybody down in case something starts to go south. You can tell he's a floor leader. The guys look up to him, and he's doing a great job for the Stunners as the outside hitter position.
Also a big shout out to him. He's one of the photographers for the NVA, so when he's not battling on the court, he is battling it out on the sidelines and making sure those moments are recorded. There's a hustle play from the OC Stunners, but Chicago Untouchables off to a rocky start in that serve receive, squeak it through and earn the point.
Yeah, they needed it too. Down by 7 points now, trying to keep it within striking distance. Need a little bit of a point run on their side from the service game here. See how Eddie can help.
Just wide. And that's one of the hard parts, right, is who do you attack in this serve receive for the Stunners? There's just a wealth of experience.
No, I mean, you have to attack the seams. You've got to attack the sidelines. You've got to attack the stack, see where the setter's coming in from.
And avoid number 4 at all costs.
There's a reason why he's wearing the different colored jersey.
Triple block, and Randy, the smallest member of that, Randy Morales, number 27, getting the dirty deed done. Point for the OC Stunners. Jair Santiago missed his serve on the last attempt, so now he is going to be live.
Jair always dangerous from the inline.
Just missing that one wide. Got a serve here from number 15, Nick Ramos. And he misses short. While that might be anticlimactic, I got a little bit of excitement for you. We're going to toss it over to the man on the sideline, Ira Thor. Ira, what do you got for us?
Well, not exactly sure how exciting it'll be, but during the last technical timeout, Daryl Adams was praising his team, told him to continue working towards the middles and using the middles to open up the pin hitters. And, of course, you had to have some comedy during the timeout, and out of nowhere, Joey Jarvis says to the setters in the middles, hey, keep doing that so you can set me. Has got a nice laughter from the OC Stunners sideline. Very happy with how they're playing so far. Big smiles from the Stunners as their middles certainly are opening up the weapons for everybody else.
It's funny because that little bit of inside look is such a great way to expand. We just talked about how much Joey Jarvis plays a pivotal role in this squad, and he really just is that guy that keeps the mood light, but keeps the guys dialed in, keeps them accountable. So having a leader like that at this level is really, really an important factor. That is kind of one of the X factors of the OC Stunners.
Yeah, and Joey's an extremely level-headed guy. You're right. He works for the NBA doing the photography from the side court, and so he's here all day long, and now he's getting an opportunity to play, and he's doing a great job. He's a big contributor on and off the court.
And with that, I do want to say a big shout out to all of the NBA staff and production crew that's putting this weekend on. We appreciate all the hours, the effort, everything they're doing to bring this to fruition. And the same can be said to our wonderful reffing team wearing those black shirts all weekend long. appreciate what they do and make sure that we're getting the great calls all weekend, whether the guys like every call or not. That's just the sport of volleyball, so appreciate their efforts too. Joey Jarvis, someone that hits a variety of serves out of the same toss, sometimes float, sometimes a jump. And here we get that jump with a lot of pressure. One option to set to the outside. There's the triple block once again, and that's the third time that triple block has gotten a straight down kill block, and you'll love to see it.
Yeah, the three-man block's working out really well for the Stunners. I believe that's their second or third block, terminal block, in the three-man kind of technique, and Untouchables now find themselves down by 11 here, off to a rough start.
Friendly bounce off the tape, and Joey Jarvis able to deliver, lets out a battle cry of victory, and that's going to take us at 24-12 to set point number 1, and OC Stunners are running away with this. Another jump taken by Melendez. Keysecker chips it down the line just wide, and that's going to do it. 25-12. The OC Stunners absolutely stunning the Untouchables.
What a start, yeah.
It really is a great one. We're going to take a little breather here, save my voice. We got some message from those awesome sponsors. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Focus. Good pass. Put it down. No, come on. Closer. Good pass. Put it down.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Hi, I'm Casey Adams, President of Visible Supply Chain Management. E-commerce growth has exploded since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that creates unique shipping challenges for e-commerce companies.
First, we have a strong team of professionals with immense supply chain knowledge. This team builds solutions and strategies to help mitigate any challenges clients are facing. Second, we have fulfillment centers across the country, which gives us the flexibility to adapt and scale rapidly to customers' changing needs. Third, our clients have access to a wide range of shipping options through our network of trusted partners. And finally, our expanded portfolio of service offerings enables us to manage customers' supply chains on a global scale.
There are many solutions and strategies that can help you overcome holiday shipping challenges, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
Meet Tom. Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishings. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery. RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments. With pricing options, and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
Well, in a certainly in an authoritative win, the OC Stunners come out and take down the Untouchables there. That was a pretty handy win.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a match start like that all day today, and to say that the Stunners came out of the gates on fire would be an understatement. Definitely the Untouchables on their heels a little bit from the very first serve of that game.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen a lot of teams throughout the day a little slow to start in almost every match. It's been like, okay, when are they going to find their rhythm? Stunners wasted no time.
A lot of these guys have been in the gym all day long watching volleyball. It's been great volleyball throughout the day, but you can tell that they're ready to go. Obviously, they've been ready to go, and they started out that first set ready to go.
All right, taking a look here at the floor. No new faces on the side of the Untouchables, and no new faces on the side of the Stunners. I don't think to the surprise of anyone there.
Well, the Untouchables really need to activate their middles. If you're not going to have Balanzic in there, you better get some production out of the guys that are on the floor, and they didn't really get much production out of anybody in that set.
That is very true, and you want production, and the machine is rolling now. Tom Burrell gets a kill out of the middle in the one-on-one against Nick Amato.
Yeah, nice attack, quick attack in sort of the seam. Nick had to front that blocker, that hitter Burrell a little bit, and was able to score the point by Burrell.
Ian Cap hammers a serve, but great pass by Chavers, goes tight. Nick Amato showcases his height, covers himself, and now Jair Santiago chips one over the top. Cap goes quick to the outside, low, and jammed off the block, and a point earned for the Untouchables. And this one is rolling favorably. But before it gets going too fast, Ira, a little more insight from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. And during that last timeout, Coach Mitch Wiskershin said to his team, listen, guys, it looks like your pet died. There is no energy out there right now. The gym is dead. Do the little things well and allow that to really energize your team. Use the energy from the bench to fuel them going forward and have some fun as they play here in game number 2.
Well, you know, if you want a guy that's going to get that team energized, it's a quick, easy look to number 13, Ragland over there. That guy loves to talk, loves to get his boys riled up, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start faltering a little bit that we see him get involved, so keep an eye out for that. But Milnazic gets vertical and attacking Corey Shavers back there.
Yeah.
Nice point for him.
Nice high swing by Milnazic. Didn't say his name much in that first set. They're going to need some production from him tonight.
That one does not get the top spin he's looking for. Waffles long a bit, and this is one of those unfortunate situations. When you've got a team that passes so well like the Stunners, it really puts the pressure on the Untouchables to serve aggressive. Now, if there is a team that's up to the task, though, I would say they're one of the top teams to do so. A lot of aggressive servers if they can find their stride, so that's going to be the challenge here for them.
Yeah, we've seen them all go on runs. Wow, that was fast. Nice high swing by Burrell. Again, quick in the seam, taking advantage of the opportunities there.
We're seeing a very common theme right now. Milnazic diming a pass, and Tom Burrell burying that ball into the court. Burrell to Chavers, and Chavers on the bick, but hits the tape. It's pancaked up. Burrell punches it over, taken by Eisenberg. Back to the bick side once again. Burrell gets a dig. Cap goes backside to Eddie Kiesecker, who goes the hard angle, uses the tape to slow down the swing, and Jair Santiago a little bit too shallow, and Randy Morales a little bit too deep, split the difference. Eddie Kiesecker is going to take that point, and a 3-point lead for the Chicago Untouchables.
Back-to-back big attacks to Corey Chavers didn't result in a point for the Stunners. I'm not upset about setting him out of the back row, but I don't know why you would go back-to-back to him when you have Nick West, Jair Santiago, and Joey Jarvis through the front row.
A huge punch dig there from Burrell, gets a tip over the top. High ball to Jair, who rolls that over, and a little bit uncertain where that's going between Ramos and Buffum there, and that one squeaks just down through the block. And that's one of those big advantages when you're a guy as tall as Jair Santiago is. Everyone kind of assumes you're going to hammer every ball. So when he throws that off speed in there, it can really throw some blocking teams for a loop.
He's got it from the inline as well.
Yes, he does. And he's also got the hammer right there. But Buffum goes deep swing. Chavers tracks it down. Not able to bring it up, though. You wanted to see the middles or some kind of system get involved, and here it is.
Yeah, I did. I did say that the Untouchables needed to get their middles involved, and so far we've seen, I believe that's
3 kills on 6 points.
3 kills out of 6 points.
Always a nice nod. And this is one of those matches, again, Chicago Untouchables. Melendez, a libero, great passer. Milnazic, great passer, and Ramos sticks in there in battles. So, you know, it's one of those things that as long as they can keep passing, they're going to be able to hit aggressive serves and manage some misses to put the pressure back on the stunners, because just like that, the stunners are going to be having to do the same. So I think that while Untouchables might have been shocked a little bit in the first one, I think we're going to see them fight back.
Stunned, I believe, is the proper nomenclature.
I missed an opportunity. Hate to see it, but glad you were able to pick that one up all the same. And West hammers that one home.
Communication, Nick.
What all great relationships are built on. And if you want to see us continue to develop our relationship, make sure to tune in all weekend long, because Matt and I aren't going anywhere. We've got at least 10 more matches after this one, so stay tuned and make sure you're following all along the action. Melendez battling with the serve, high set to Milnazic. Milnazic looks for the angle, and Amato is sitting in there with a tent.
That was impressive, Nick Amato. I like to say that he picked that one up at Long Beach State. It was a well-formed left hand block into the angle for a quick stuff down. That's why he's got some NCAA hardware at home.
Yeah. 2 rings for the hand, one for each hand there. Melendez with a great pass backside. Eddie Kiesecker cuts that into the angle. This is the production you want to see from Kiesecker.
Yeah, the Untouchables missed Kiesecker last event. He was not in attendance at Atlantic City, but on the other side of the court, Jair Santiago's got to get lower on defense, stay where he can see the hitter and not hide behind the blockers and dig that ball.
Buffum with a bit of an uncharacteristic miss. One of those guys that usually extends rallies on his serving runs. And now we're sitting at 8-7 with the Stunners pulling ahead. Or sorry, that's going to be the Chicago Untouchables still in the lead. Milnazic with another good pass. Big route for Nick Morales, and no touch is called. Launches that one long.
Just missed the timing on that play. The big attack from Ramos. They've done it before. They utilized it, but that timing just wasn't quite on point that time.
Milnazic a little slow to get his hands up there, and that serve might have been long, but Milnazic, it was really close, and Milnazic just was a little late to make a decision on how he wanted to play that point.
Yeah, it was coming with some good pace too from the server, and not too sure if it was going to be in or out. So
serve goes short. Randy puts together a nice 2 to 3 point run, and that's going to go his way all the same. Currently tied at 9 apiece. Cap with the jump serve, passed by Jarvis. Backside to Chavers, goes high, hands. Such an aggressive approach line there. The block still kind of moving to the outside, and Chavers ready to hammer it home already.
Chavers a little bit of the silent assassin. He doesn't play with a lot of emotion. He lets his play do the talking for him. Guy's about 6'8", obviously very physical, good jumper, he's got a big arm. But he doesn't make a lot of noise. He's not a big cheer. He's pretty quiet on the court, just his personality. I think he's just a quiet guy, but he lets his playing do the talking for him.
And it's funny because it's not, you know, I'm in the gym with him twice a week. That is true in the practice gym. That's true on the court all the times. But he's just a great, light-hearted guy, loves to smile and get the big points. But, you know, a pro, definitely. He's seen it all, and he knows how to battle it out. So he's a great guy to help elevate the level of the gym and the training and everything like that across the NBA. Milnazic serves to Eisenberg, and that's going to be kept alive. Ramos, great swing into the angle. Tight ball is going to go to the Bick, and there's Chavers, gets lipped by Milnazic. Cap goes all the way to the outside. Ramos swings that one, dug by Eisenberg. Set to Bick again, once again, but Chavers able to find it on that one.
Really forcing the issue on the Bick in transition. Credit to Milnazic with the dig on the first one, but Corey Chavers gets the point on that second attempt again.
Yeah, and you know, that's one of those things sometimes, as someone, like when I'm talking to the Rambler guys, sometimes I talk about how I want to play a game, and it may not be like our optimal way or something like that, but if it's untested, if you're saying we want to run the BIC as much as possible, so maybe that's something they're talking about right now. Obviously, Chavers can hit it, so maybe have a little bit of a, can we force the option? What happens when we run more of the BIC? So, establish our middle of the court. So I'd be curious if that's something that they're talking about over there, or if their true intention is to run the BIC as much as they are right now.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, obviously strategy, it's a bit of a chess match. It's your best offense against our best defense and vice versa, much like football in that regard.
And Jarvis filling that role so beautifully right now. Just like we said, his role is get your kills when you get the set, minimize errors, and he is just producing very steadily right now. Santiago serves that one long. And you hear the heckling from the Chicago Untouchables bench, determined to let Jair know that they were not quite ready for it just yet. But you better hope the man keeps serving long, because if he finds that, he's definitely a server to be respected. Jarvis with the tip over the outside, picked up by Kiesecker, reset by Eisenberg, and it's a free ball for the Stunners. No one home for that one. Joey Jarvis gets the set back. You'll love to see the offensive run there from Randy Morales, number 27. Nicely done there. I love the setback. You see Joey Jarvis get the half point, gets a free ball coming back, and they just go right back to him.
You repeat.
Yep.
Repeat, delete.
Milnazik now for the BIC and gets the block touch. Smart high swing there. He's going to get multiple blockers in front of him, so definitely cannot be swinging low seams there.
Yeah, and you know that Cap and Milnazik go way back. Their connection is pretty solid. They have that nonverbal communication thing happening too on the court, so look for that to really be focused upon throughout this match.
Both just wrapping up their time at Kane University and now ready to continue their stint playing together here in the NVA. West hammers that jump serve, and there's only going to be one option. Kiesecker betters the ball. He finds his shot, and I love the management of that swing by him.
A little bit lucky, I think, when you're hitting against Nick Amato and Corey Chavers. That one sneaks through low and open seam, and block and defense needs to tighten that up a little bit.
Chavers with a pass, and now with the swing, dug by Buffum. Tight ball, that's going to be overpassed, handled by Amato. Randy goes backside to Santiago. Buffum swats at it once again, little one-handed dig. Malnazik now swings and gets the tool. I talked earlier about how uncharacteristic it is when Matt Buffum misses that serve because he goes on long rallies, and that's exactly why. As a well-rounded grass player, you'll love to see the 6'7" middle stand in there, slap at a couple balls, and extend a rally. Well done by him.
The saying is, sometimes even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Well, Matt just found two.
Yep. That's a high line swing. I'll put it up there. Fun stat. I'll put the two best defensive middles in the league in this match right now between Nick Amato and Matt Buffum.
Bold statement.
There it is.
Bold statement.
Both these guys well-rounded players, and Nick Amato does it all, so be sure to keep an eye on him as he battles it out.
Right now, Matt Buffin's winning that battle.
We both just kind of took a breath and didn't understand what happened. What happened was a controlled swing that Randy was not quite ready for, and that's Chicago Untouchables with a 16-15 lead here into the technical timeout. And while this match is heating up, we're going to cool it off just for 1 second with a little commercial break. We'll be right back.
Meet Tom. Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishing. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery. RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments with pricing options, and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
And we are back here with a 1-point lead, but really quick, we want to say a huge shout out and thank you to the Pierce Sports Center here in San Bernardino, California for hosting the NBA once again, and we're going to make our 3rd trip back here in just 1 week's time. Also, a huge shout out to Mikasa, the proud ball sponsor of the NBA, and you see it just through the referee right there. A little tough to see, but you know, we get these balls all weekend long. Guys are training with them all season long, and it's a great, great way to keep this level of play high. Tip over the top. Milnazic stabs it. Burrell with a chop over the top. Picked up by Randy. Free ball over by Chavers, taken by Burrell. Quick set to the middle, and Tom Burrell opens up the cannon, and the man's got the range and the ability to go the distance. That's going to be a point for the Untouchables. And right now, their scrappy style of play is keeping them in this match with a 2-point lead at 17-15.
Stunners need to tighten up their defense a little bit. Doesn't look like their guys are in the right spots.
Huge serve from Milnazic, battled with by Eisenberg. Tried to be chopped over, no touch. And right now, the Untouchables are finding a way to control the tempo.
Yeah, causing some problems with their serving game.
And a timeout is called. That's a huge lead to go down 13 points in that first set, losing that one, but now up by 3. I love to see this grit from the Untouchables because, you know, there it is right there, a ball cart full of the blue and gold balls that keep us going all weekend long. But, you know, it's so great to see that that retaliation, I guess. You go down 12, answer back, you're up by 3 because 12 is a blowout by all stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. The Untouchables have done a good job on having a short-term memory in terms of that last set because that's something that they definitely want to forget about. And look, the start of the second set, the scoreboard says what? 0-0.
Yep.
So it can go any way they want it to go.
And it's one of those things that I love about this sport that is so unique to this sport, having the games within the game. It's one of those things that you really have to focus on, and it really showcases who the mental athletes are, who has that mental fortitude to get knocked back down and get right back up and get into the game. It really makes this a high-speed game of chess, so you'll love to see it. And you'll love to see Cap hammer serves like that. Eisenberg on his back after that one. And a huge swing. Jair Santiago might have ended that last point with a hitting error, but no error in sight here. Great kill for number 15. Man, Cap hammered that serve, and Eisenberg was all over it.
It's good to see Cap getting on that serve because the Untouchables need him to go on some service runs. But nice side out by the Stunners.
And now Chavers goes after it, passed by Ramos. And Burrell once again, there it is. We talked about the middles being the X factor for both teams here. And Chicago Untouchables are all in on feeding the beasts that are Buffum and Burrell.
Yep, coach has got a nice strategy going on the feeding their middles.
We were both a little unsure with the 7-footer on the bench, but it's working right now. Little bounce off the tape. Stunners in system, and that is a one-on-one taken well advantage of there by Joey Jarvis. He's swinging almost 1,000. I think he's got 1-0 that he got set on the very next ball for the kill. Hitting at a very high percentage right now.
Yeah, Joey Jarvis not getting a ton of production or opportunities to swing, but when he does get the sets, especially in that 0-2 hitter position, wants you to score those points when you do get the opportunity.
Amato with the float serve taken by the hands of Ramos. Off the net, and he's going to manage and squeaks that one through. How only God knows. That was through the 6'8" and 6'10" block there of Weston Santiago.
It's the second time we've seen them kind of rattle around a little lower, seam hit. Randy Morales has got to get on the floor and play some defense for the Stunners. He's just kind of standing there, not really doing much on defense.
Ooh, Burrell misses that one into the net. Still a 2-point lead, though, for the Untouchables. But if you want a guy on the back line to start to make a run happen, Jair Santiago is your guy, and he has 2 main serves. He likes to hit one hard down the line at the front row outside, where he goes cross court to a deep corner. Kind of avoids the middle of court altogether. So we'll see what he does here. Serves it out. Glad I could break that one down for him to tee it up. I think that's his fourth missed serve this match.
Yeah, I'd like to see him take a little bit off, maybe get that cross-court serve in system and build off of that.
Eddie Kiesacker with the float. Returning in kind, says, hey, don't worry, buddy. We're all here to miss together.
We haven't caught on. Nick England hates consecutive service errors.
Yep. And I think another thing of our communication that works so well, I don't think either one of us is a big fan.
I don't want to watch missed errors.
Oh my gosh. And in my ear, with the most fortuitous voice, I hear Ira Thor say, how do you feel about 3? As Jarvis triples down on that one. But now we're going to see a serving sub. If you don't know this man, be ready for a dig. This is Mr. Ryan Alou, number 5, the second libero for the Untouchables, coming in as a serving sub. Goes after Eisenberg. And a high swing off the hands of Cap. And it looks like they're going to hold. This is another one of those subs similar to what Southern Exposure does, where they bring in Johnny Gomez, their second libero, back row for the outside. They're going to hold Alou back row now for Ramos. So you don't worry about him hitting. You got 3. They actually only have 2 hitters front row right now, so a lot of pressure on Buffum and Milnazic. But that's why you get him in there to battle with those tough serves. Eddie Kiesacker goes to the D-ball. You've been talking about the defensive efforts you want to see from Morales. There's another opportunity for him to get a dig that does not pop up.
I'd say that's about the 3rd or 4th ball in this set alone that Morales could have potentially dug. Could have been turned for points, and we could have been tied at 23, or even Stunners might have the lead. Got to play some defense.
Chavers goes for the swing, and Burrell, you know, the middle duo right now is the difference. I think when you look at this across the board, the kill participation from Burrell and Buffum, the blocking moves, we are seeing that little extra when you've got a match this close, and we're at set point for game number 2. Buffum goes cross court, and that one's just wide. But a real point earned by him all the same.
Okay, so who's Cap going to set right here, Nick?
Middle, all day long. You got 3 of the best passers on the court right now. Alou handles that. Melendez goes to the outside tight. That one was going to go long, I think, and they weren't sure what to do with it. Last minute reaction. And
I thought that serve was maybe going out of bounds also.
But again, you got a split second to make that decision. I like this timeout from Mitch Wiskerson. You know, slow it down. You've still got a 2-point buffer. Don't let them create a little bit of run momentum. Just slow them down, cool them off.
Especially if you have 2 timeouts, which I think he did. So use one now. Give him your chance, a team to regroup a little bit.
And the lonely blue ball cart, there it is, getting its solo appearance. You'll love to see a great performance all weekend long. Team Mikasa, you know, doesn't matter who's on the court, Team Mikasa always there to represent. Putting up great numbers all weekend long. Don't give me that look. Once again, if you guys out there watching, you want to get involved with the team, you want to support the league, you want to support a team, there are so many ways to do so. If you're a business looking for opportunities to get involved with the NVA, all teams are always open to discussion to find new partners to help grow their brand and grow alongside the league. Or if you're looking to help get partnered with the league, you can always reach out to the NVA directly. And if you're a viewer at home, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow along in our journey, because we are posting tons of content. We got a full content creation team. There's all sorts of great action coming your way this weekend and all year long. And this one, there he is, number 11. We just see him pulling in, number 11, Kyle Schwady, fresh in from the airport. So maybe a little jet lagged, but here in spirit all the same. And you talk about the gentle giant. That man gets his boys going. Him and Ragland are a fun duo to watch because they just get their boys all riled up. So a little bit of a boost to the team morale potentially coming in the form of Schwady here as well. And we are at 3 going into the 3rd set, tied 1-1. And right now we got a little commercial.
Hey, my name is Travis, and I'm the founder of Ourstay. Last year, we launched the Medic, which is a state-of-the-art percussive massager. It works by providing rapid, targeted pulses into your muscles, which relieves tension and increases blood flow. It is a great tool for athletes looking to get an edge in their training or in competition, but it's also great for everyday people who suffer from common issues such as stiff neck, lower back pain, and sore feet. What sets our device apart from others? For one, it's how insanely quiet it is. Second is the extended length handle, which allows you to more easily reach your back. And third, the swivel head, which allows for better ergonomics. We also include 6 different head attachments and a travel case with your purchase. We are so excited to have you try the Medic. We know you're gonna love it. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook at any time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.
And we are excited to get back underway. That was a sick retaliation from the Chicago Untouchables. What's your takeaway from that one?
Great response by the Untouchables, obviously. Feeding their middles, getting them involved throughout that entire set. Actually put the Stunners back on their heels a little bit, and they had no answer for them. They couldn't figure out how to stop them. Their defense wasn't turning any plays. No scoop and delivers. Give the credit to the Untouchables and a nice strategy coming out of that first set loss.
And now we've got a little undercover information from our spy on the sidelines, Mr. Ira Thor. Over to you, Ira.
Well, I spoke, not fully spying, but I did actually speak with Coach Mitch Excursion after the second set, and he said the difference is pretty straightforward. In the second set, they got their serves in play. They forced the Stunners to have to attack out of system, and then, of course, they got some big blocking from Tom Burrell, and they're looking to have some more fun as they head to set number 3.
And that's really what it is. You know, this is one of those teams that you just see team identities. Stunners, the experienced guys that have all been there before. Chicago Untouchables are in their flow state when they're all laughing, having fun, and scoring the big points. But it was pretty crazy to me to see how much the blocking swapped sides, right? We were seeing those huge triple blocks from the Stunners, terminal points time and time again. And then Untouchables kind of took that over and said, our turn.
Yeah, and also the Untouchables did a great job mitigating the offense from the Stunners. Stunners didn't really get into an offensive flow like they were in the first set. You know, Jair Santiago was sort of a non-factor in that second set. But here we go with Cap now jump serving to start third set.
Taken by Chavers in the middle. Amato tips over the top. Ooh, Milnazic not ready for the off-blocker move. You got to be ready for that one. When I talk about off-blocker, it's one of those things, if you're not up in the move, when making a blocking move when you're front row, it is your responsibility to turn, open up to the ball, and make sure that if there's a tip over the top, you are all over it. So tough loss point there for the Untouchables. Back set now, and just missing the hands there on the side of Chavers. Aggressive serving from West put the Untouchables on a bit of a back pedal there with only one real setting option for Cap.
Quick start here by the Stunners.
Float travels and just trips over the tape, picks at the outside, and that's gonna be just missed wide by Kiesecker. Untouchables right now are making the hitting errors, and the OC Stunners just happy to let it happen. Setting some good blocks and making Chicago work with it, or work around it, should I rather say. Off the chest of Melendez, aired out, hits the ceiling, and a little chip down over the top. That was a unique one all the same. Chavers now goes into the angle. That's going to be overpassed, and Jair Santiago finishes that one with an exclamation point, and the OC Stunners out to a 4-point lead.
Never seen that one before.
No.
hit off that air conditioning duct and actually still turned into a great set.
It really did, just on a little bit different tempo than the blockers were ready for.
Yeah.
Serve just goes long. Morales keeps that one floating on.
Milnazic and his jump serve.
Hammers that one home. And you see the seam of Eisenberg and Shavers. Earlier I talked about how do you deal with such a difficult serve receive. And you said, Nick, you gotta attack the seams. You gotta attack the sidelines. And a little bit of ominous fortune telling there.
And the most important thing you have to do, Nick?
Keep it in.
Communicate.
Oh, okay.
If you're the passers.
Oh, well, certainly that. Looking at each other deeply into your eyes as the ball lands between you is not the solution a lot of the time.
You go, I go.
Now with a 3-point lead, OC Stunners up 5-2. Ace into the corner.
Touche, Corey Chavers with his own ace. It's response by him.
I mean, that's as good as it gets. Cross court all the way, find that deep, deep line that's everyone's thinking's going out.
Sometimes that cross-court passers get a little too much time to think about it. Oh, that touched.
And
That's
sometimes it's a middle that's just getting in the way.
Well, that's why middle blockers don't pass.
Yeah.
Prime example of Tom Burrell's passing technique that keeps him out of the back row for the most part in serve reception.
Yeah, might I suggest you take a watch at the classic movie Dodgeball to work on his dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Shavers in the net with that serve, but still a nice little 2-ace run to create even more distance between the Stunners and Untouchables here in set 3. Eisenberg with a hand pass. Amato getting involved, but dug by Burrell. Cap goes to the backside. Eddie's going to try to manage. Takes Jair out. That's going to be a back row attack. Yep. So what happened right there is Morales' back row. He got a tight pass there from Amato that he was trying to bring back, but it broke the plane of the net, and Buffum getting his hands on that ball means that is a back row attack infraction. Point for the Chicago Untouchables. Nice pass by Shavers to the middle. Amato swinging once again, but Buffum and Burrell getting it done with a block touch and a dig. Transition to Kiesecker, and he's delivering now on the right. We're really seeing these middle blockers play fantastic defense right now from Untouchables.
Yeah, credit to the Untouchables to, first of all, control the Stunners offense right now. That's the second straight attack that's been block controlled coming from Amato, and the Untouchables are able to turn it for a point in transition.
Untimely miss. He'd like to see one more go in, see if he can extend that rally just a bit longer.
Is there such a thing as a timely miss, Nick?
I will actually argue yes. And Untouchables is one of those teams that because they rely so much on their serving pressure, a little bit undersized on the pins, I think that they're one of the teams that's going to have more acceptable misses. Obviously, you never want to see it, but I think they're one of those teams that can justify a couple more. But we now see a dig by Cap. And that's a big triple block, but it shuffles down. Aggressive swing, and Ramos sees the hands and goes after it all the same.
That's the third triple block that we've seen the ball come down between the blockers and the net on their side. So they have to get their hands over the net, not worry about going so high, and just get low and over, shoulder to shoulder, and that should result in a better block for the Stunners.
Kiesecker now. Good pat. Shavers puts it a little tight, but Morales right where he wants it. Randy Morales with a disciplined set and a disciplined swing as that is thumped into the corner there by West, number 9.
Nick West with a nice, fast change of direction. Wow, I thought he was going to be going wrist away, but he turned it back cross body. Big swing by him right there. Still waiting for Jair to go on a little bit of a service run. See if he can get this first one in.
Nice control there, pass by Ramos. And now Ramos swings. Once again, nice kick dig by West. Eisenberg with a bump set to Chavers in the back row. Dug by Melendez. Cap airs that out. A little bit of miscommunication here. Ramos sets it in, taken by Jarvis. Backside to Jair. Down the line, dug by Melendez, kept alive. Cap goes to the backside. Kiesecker now through the net once again. There it is.
Just talked about it, Nick.
If I could hit replay to bring that one back and let you say it one more time, it's going to be get your hands over the net and
Hey,
more.
I hate repeating myself, but
So I'll do it for you.
thank you.
Appreciate that. See,
It's what good teammates do.
that's what we're all about here in the NBA, good teammates. And now Joey Jarvis swings that one deep. Walking around, letting him know, OT with a nice deep swing.
Ode to the 90s cult classic, White Men Can't Jump. I'm just going to leave it up there.
Yeah.
Just leave it up there. Wesley Snipes.
Now Jarvis goes with that hybrid, targeting Milnazic. Backside, beating Kiesecker once again.
Sorry, Nick, I'm getting a little frustrated here as a former middle blocker, seeing this ball not get blocked. Back down, get over the net, Nick West. Come on.
Uncharacteristic for West all the same. Count your lucky blessings that he's not gotten you yet, because it's only a matter of time. But there's the overpass. Wow. Burrell with a great job managing that swing. 27, Randy Morales gets a block up, but Burrell hits around it all the same. Buffing now with a float, taken by Eisenberg. Backside to Jair, and another block touch. I can't say it enough. There is a bunch of extended rallies when you see these middles from Chicago serving. It's just a weird little constant that I see every time I go back and watch this game tape. Even when they were back on the Tyrants, both these guys were on the Tennessee Tyrants back in Utah. Same thing, great digs, consistent servers. They just get a lot of rallies, and you love to see it from middles. Oh. West on a little bit of an unfortunate tear there. He's had some great serving pressure thus far and not able to find it on that run.
Yeah,
But
Nick, one of the better serving middle blockers in the NBA, especially from that left side of the court. Just hasn't quite found his stride yet from the inline tonight.
Untouchables down by one. And you talk about finding your stride off the ceiling now. Chavers got to manage, chips that one down the line. But there's the experience, there's the miscommunication. Untouchables not sure how they wanted to handle that, whether that's, a double block or pull everyone off. So it left Burrell kind of high and dry up there by himself, and defense not ready to react. Nicely managed by Chavers there, though. Ramos hand passes. Ooh, all right, a little bit of a quick connection there from 10 feet off. Feeds that into Burrell, who stays open. I love that move to the middle there. That's a great set.
Yeah, Cat coming off the net, was able to throw it into Burrell as he stayed back, opened his shoulder up, gave his teammate a nice window to set into, and Burrell gets the fortunate kill there.
Bounce off the tape, taken by Eisenberg, and Amato tries to get involved. Block touch once again. Melendez going to take second ball. Eddie's going to have to free ball it over. Gets a lucky bounce off the tape. And now Jair Santiago bangs that one down the line. Cap gets a touch, but Ramos not able to find a second touch there. That free ball got a lucky bounce off the tape.
Wow, yeah, that came. That was a tricky free ball that I think Corey Chavers just passed one-handed and turned out to be in a good spot for the Stunners.
Melendez behind that one, and now Kiesecker goes deep. I'm really impressed with how Eddie Kiesecker is performing right now. He's just been so smooth and steady. He's hitting good serves. He's hitting consistent swings from the right side.
Would you call him Steady Eddie Kiesecker?
Steady Eddie Kiesecker, the man with a plan on the right. And there's Amato getting the kill. He's been slowed down, corralled for the last 4 swing attempts, and finally uncorks that one. You'll love to see him get his point.
I was about to say that the connection between Morales and Nick Amato has not been on point. So nice to see them continuing to work on it, You know that Nick Amato loves getting the kills when he's coming from the right side of the court all the way across the net. Morales knows that's his favorite attempt, so he gives it to him.
There's another middle jam. Amato playing that defense that I talked about. Little punch dig there from Kiesecker. Set to the outside. Jarvis tips over the top, corral back in. Kept alive. Morales goes back to Joey Jarvis, who jams that one down. You talk about consistency. I can't preach enough. Joey Jarvis getting some tough sets in there, continuing to recycle the ball, go up, gets physical, and jams that one down.
You can preach all you want, Nick.
Number 7, doing the dirty deed on the outside. Nice pass by Ramos to the outside. Double block, but gets the outside hand there. Jair Santiago. A good job by the Stunners to not take the bait on the middle, but West gets all the way out, and Ramos just chisels off the big block there.
Ramos saw the line open that Jair didn't take away, and he scores the point as he chizzies off the arm.
Kiesecker goes wide there, and that's going to be 16-13. That's going to take us to a technical timeout. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The flow state, the trailblazer, the closer, the do-it-all hero. All of us were born different. Some of us demand more than we were given. Some of us submerge ourselves in the wake, dive into the trenches, and fight with the ferocity of the rising storm. Some push themselves to attain more than those who came before. And those catalysts deserve and demand a form of fuel that will enable them to do so. Introducing Brain Fuel, a cerebral beverage. Be smarter, think faster, live beyond.
And we are back, and the OC Stunners delivering right now with a 3-point lead. They're answering back nicely. This has been a nice little teeter-totter. You know, I wish we could almost take back that first set of that 25-13 blowout just because the way the teams are trading back and forth right now. I'd love to kind of remove that one to see how these teams answer.
Yeah, that's been a battle back and forth for sure.
Now Santiago chops that one in over the top. Great pass. Eddie Kiesecker swings that one down the line. No call from the lines judge. That's called in by the up. We talk about Steady Eddie getting it done, and there it is. The man on the right side delivers. He's been very consistent on that D-ball offense. Ramos with a float. Goes short, taken by Jarvis. There's one option here. Jair Santiago swings into a triple block. Recycled, go to Jarvis, tipped over the top, picked up by Eddie. Tight ball. No one ready for that at all. A little confused.
Not too sure what exactly happened right there. Typically the setter's going to take the second ball.
I think there was a little confusion if that was going to be a joust taken or an offensive set. Buffum clearing out for a set there. Cap ready for Buffum to defend it. Tough one there. That's a point they needed to go their way. Joey Jarvis now. Hammers the jump serve, moves the tape. Quick set to the outside. One-handed dig. Eisenberg airs it out. Chavers crushes that one high line. What we call that Langle swing right there. Love to see it.
Corey Chavers in the right place at the right time with a nice high swing in transition deep into the court. Now a 4-point lead for the Stunners here. Inching closer to the business end of set number 3, Nick.
Yeah, we are indeed. Dub over the top, picked up by Eisenberg. Now going to be set overtaken by Kiesecker. Quick turn to the outside, and that's going to be Milmazic getting a swing off of Morales. Love to see that defense, though. Dump gets red there. Eisenberg coming across with a one-handed stab, kept alive by Jarvis. Again, just heads-up defense. That's the rally extension you want to see from the Stunners.
Yeah, nice bang-bang play there, staying on your toes. Buffum serves Eisenberg.
That's a pretty good yield for it. I mean, their really only settable option was Chavers. Unfortunately, Corey Chavers, one of the most clutch hitters in the league. handles that one well.
When Corey has a full approach like that, doesn't matter if there's 3 blockers, 2 blockers, 6 blockers in front of him, I'm sure he's still going to get a kill.
He really is, yeah. He just has such incredible court vision. There's the serve West wants, and there's the ace West wants. Gets that one back after a tough last service attempt. Big ace for the boys in white right there. Melendez having some trouble keeping the shoes tied and trying to slow the pace down. That's all that is right there, you can tell. Misses it, but again, you talk about serve management. We always want to see that first one in, gets the ace, extends it by a real point. That's a good serving run as far as I'm concerned. You know, that's a good one for West. He misses the second, but
1 for 1, yeah.
take it, especially with a 4-point lead. But Ian Cap, see if he can get something rolling. Wow, hammers that. And there's the ace in return in kind. That was absolutely a bomb from number 4, Ian Cap.
Cap bombed that serve, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was
He hammered that.
That was big.
That was almost knuckling. It was moving so fast that the topspin couldn't quite keep up with it there. Ooh, almost moves the equipment there. Doesn't quite go over. Stunner's happy to take that one serve run and continue on their way. Morales now to serve number 27. Float pass by Ramos, backside Milnazic. Touch, Eisenberg comes through with a fantastic effort, and now Chavers swings into the corner. Eddie Kiesecker tries to track it down. Good touch in the backcourt by Ramos. Unfortunately finds kind of a dead part of the court. No one in Untouchables is there. We're gonna need to wipe the court up really quick, but a timeout is called all the same by Coach Wiskershon. OC Center's back in the driver's seat with a 5-point lead here all the same.
Yeah, 5-point lead's fairly comfortable, although we've seen today that it doesn't really matter how big of a lead you have. You should never be that comfortable in the NBA with it because anything can happen, and until you score that 25th point or win by 2, never say that any lead is too big.
Definitely the case. We saw Southern Exposure battling back against Team Freedom from some massive deficits in that last game nail biter. And if you missed that one, don't worry. It's all on YouTube. You can go check it out. Updated live every single day. All the matches are there. So be sure to check that out. Like, subscribe, turn on your alerts, all that stuff that you love hearing me saying all day long. And you're going to hear me keep repeating it because it is so important that if you're trying to get involved with the NBA, following and getting involved, talking in the chat, things like that, help grow the league. They get people involved, you see exactly what's going on. So we love the more that the fans get involved. Don't wait, now is the perfect time. Set to the middle, and now is the perfect time for number 18, Tom Burrell. Takes a big swing and gets the middles back involved for the Chicago Untouchables.
Thomas Burrell, an undersized 6'3" middle blocker. Stevens Institute of Technology out of New Jersey. Flying cross country, getting a nice kill right there. Quick attack after the timeout. Great response.
Well, Naza goes after Eisenberg, tight set, one-handed toss. And wow, that's, you know, we've seen a lot of disciplined handling of tight sets there from Morales. Gets the one-handed connection to Amato, and Amato's physicality takes over.
Credit to Morales for going up as high as he could. Teased that one-handed setup, and Nick knows he's got to be available. Takes advantage of it.
Javers with a serve in the net, and now we're going to see Burrell. I always hype it up. Can the middle blocker magic from the side of the Untouchables make a little rally happen here? Target is Shavers. Middle to the outside, rolled over by Jarvis, and that's going to be a net from the Untouchables. Steady Eddie making an unfortunate mistake there, that uncharacteristic to say the least.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eddie just violated that net and gives the point over to the Stunners.
We got set point here for Stunners looking to secure their second set point, taking us potentially to the final set in number 4. Chipped in, and Shaver catches Shaver's high there, a little bit unexpected, but it's really incredible that how much Eddie just has control over his spot location. He's doing a nice job avoiding blocks and just throws that one deep.
Yeah, good decision making. You don't see him swinging blindly or as hard as he possibly can, but set point again for the Stunners.
Eisenberg going to take second ball, goes back to Jair. Jair chops over the top, picked up by Kiesecker. Ramos throws that one down. Ramos stabs it, and now free ball goes over from Jarvis, taken by Melendez. A fake swing attempt pulls Jarvis, giving Buffum a one-on-one, and he hammers that one home. And now Ryan Alou comes in as a bit of a serving sub.
Nice play by Cap there, the setter. Step close, double arm lifts, looks like he's gonna go for a swing on 2, and then pulls his other hand up and sets Buffum, who wasn't faked out.
Jarvis the target of that serve. And there it is, Jarvis. This guy has been lights out all match long. What a great final point contribution from Jarvis. I think that's going to be 6 total kills for him so far. But,
Jarvis being pretty steady himself.
Love to see it. And that's going to be the end of set number 3, 2-1 in that set count for the OC Stunners, heading into a potential final set here in number 4. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Focus. Good pass, put it down. No, come on. Closer. Good pass, put it down.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Hi, I'm Casey Adams, President of Visible Supply Chain Management. E-commerce growth has exploded since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that creates unique shipping challenges for e-commerce companies.
First, we have a strong team of professionals with immense supply chain knowledge. This team builds solutions and strategies to help mitigate any challenges clients are facing. Second, we have fulfillment centers across the country, which gives us the flexibility to adapt and scale rapidly to customers' changing needs. Third, our clients have access to a wide range of shipping options through our network of trusted partners. And finally, our expanded portfolio of service offerings enables us to manage customers' supply chains on a global scale.
There are many solutions and strategies that can help you overcome holiday shipping challenges, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
Meet Tom. Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishing. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery. RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments. With pricing options, and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
And we are back. I hope you guys enjoy. We've put a lot of work into, you know, sometimes I hate seeing commercials, but seeing the team put those all together, you see some of the athletes being highlighted in those commercials and seeing an opportunity for our sponsors to get their brand out there. I do love seeing that as we continue to upgrade the production, and there's going to be more coming to you guys this weekend, so stay tuned. We're going to continue messing with some cool stuff, running our 7-camera system all weekend long, so always doing our best to upgrade the product.
Seven cameras.
7 cameras.
Nice,
I've got them all memorized, what numbers are where, so that we're having fun talks all weekend long, but love to see it. A lot of hard work from our production crew and our team just to make sure that we're delivering a great product all the same, so love to see that. But taking a quick look right now, and I'm not seeing any personnel change on either side. All the same, no surprise there. I mean, you know, Chicago Untouchables down 1-2, but they're battling it out. So see if this team can get it done.
This has been a relatively even match so far. Burrell continuing to just ride the Thomas Burrell train. He says, "Feed me."
Boy's gotta eat, and as long as Ramos can pass like that, feed the big man in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Missed by Cap. And you know, it's funny, you and I talk so much about how much we love the middle because it's such an intricate part of the game that really opens up some of the more obvious things, the outside, the opposites, things like that. I love that we got so much middle action in Southern Exposure versus Team Freedom, and now we're getting it right back again. It's just such a fun way to end the day. Ooh, great back set. High swing down the line. Milnaza getting activated there. Great move by Cap. Quick flick back. Milnazic looking for some jump serve pressure is a great way to get this Chicago Untouchables train rolling early. Goes after Eisenberg. And there's Joey Jarvis getting a big swing off of the high hands. Little game ball touch right there for Ragland. Love to see him getting involved at all assets and facets of the game right there. Float serve, pass by Melendez. Quick set to the outside. Ramos hammers high. That's tough. That's got to get covered. A lot of untouchable jerseys standing around.
Yeah, when that ball gets blocked that far back into the court, someone's got to at least make an effort to dive and save it. So the back court, middle back player could cover it.
Amato now with the float. Goes down the line, taken by Burrell. And it's a give me set, but a misconnection. Cap bummed out, to say the least, on that miss right there.
Yeah, I think Cap's upset about that choice to go back to Burrell. That wasn't really an ideal quick setting position.
It almost worked out, but it was a little too forced. See if they can get him involved again. Ramos, ooh, tight pass. And this one's got to go right now, I think. Yep, poked over by Cap from the back row, standing up front. And there's Jair Santiago. Nice kill for him into the smaller block of Ramos.
Stunners off to a good start here, up by 3, set number 4, keeping their serves in.
And there's the serving pressure. Ramos is going to get a free ball coming back because of the out-of-system play, and Jair gets the second set. Milnazic's going to pick this one up, and Cap going to have to do some magic. And magic he does. What a great set. Tempo. That's a quick set from all the way 25 feet out of the back of the court. Nice swing by Ramos, challenging Amato's defense right there.
Yeah, credit to Ramos on that swing, making the best of that setting opportunity and scoring the point in transition.
Burrell with a float taken by Jarvis. Quick set to West. One-handed stab from Cap and not able to be corralled there by Burrell. Love to see West getting involved early, and the Stunners want to activate some of the hitters that we have not said too much. We're looking at Jair Santiago and Nick West. Jair Santiago seeing if he's had a bit of a struggle serving so far tonight. See if he can get that going.
He does need to find his serving rhythm here.
Oof, there it is. But a good pass by the Untouchables and a backside set. Eddie just smooth operator really right now.
You know, you said that was a good pass. I'm going to say that was a great pass.
Yeah.
Give some credit to Mlnazic to stay in there, pass that ball nearly perfectly, and give Cap options on who he could set.
It really
Choosing
was.
Steady Eddie, smart choice by Cap.
Couldn't say it better myself. And
good,
great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus. How about a Tommy Boy reference? I got some flack from the crew for the dodgeball reference earlier. Is Tommy Boy a little bit better?
Tommy Boy's a classic. Chris Farley was always a good choice.
Number 7, Joey Jarvis. Deep float, hand pass by Ramos. And there it is, Ramos swings in the angle, dug by Eisenberg. Big route now, tipped over the top. Joey Jarvis with a wheel and deal. Sees the open court and lets the ball get well acquainted with it with a nice kill from the back row. Timeout call for the Chicago Untouchables, down by 4. 8-4. OC Stunners coming out with an early lead, authoritative lead, and definitely establishing their system early.
Yeah, it's nice to see the Stunners go to this side of the court, build a 4-point lead. As the production side, is the left side of the court's been the hot side for this match so far. All 3 sets have been won on the left side, which is where the Untouchables are currently. But Stunners looking to possibly end this match in 4 sets, and you know, not have to force a game 5. But Stunners are playing pretty well, even-keeled volleyball right now. And a nice heads-up play by Joey Jarvis to find that open court as we come back onto the court now.
And here we are entering back after a nice little shot there of Jake Hurwitz, the second libero for the OC Stunners. Joey Jarvis now to jump serve. Nice coach call there. Mitch Wiskershin building some real estate. Looking under the net to see if he gets Joey to look at him. Floating to bounce. There's the equipment. Eisenberg jogs it all the way back and hand delivers. I'm all about first class postage, but you know, I'm all about Eisenberg as a personal courier. Does it in style. Getting acquainted with the side of the Untouchables over there. As Ramos gets acquainted with the net. Serve into the net there, and that's going to be a score check at 6-9 there. OC Stunners with a 3-point lead. West going deep there. That one goes long. Buffum's been working a lot of the sidelines with a little short float. See what he does here. Goes right into the middle of the court after Joey Jarvis. Amato touch to slow down. Cap airs it out. Ramos high swing into the triple block picked up by Jarvis. Set to the outside, and Chavers this time bangs that off the hands of Burrell with a great swing.
Chavers with a nice swing in transition. When he's able to get that full arm swing, he really loads that cannon up, right? And just hammers that ball high off the block, goes out of bounds all the way across the court. Point goes to the Stunners.
He jumps so high, the worst part is you get an hour and a half to watch him load up, and you can't do a thing about it. Float taken by Ramos. Burrell now going back at Amato in the one-on-one. Gets his kill. I love to see the Untouchables refusing to just, you know, lay down and die here, keeping the middles activated. Now down by only 2. See if Cap can apply some pressure. We keep talking about him, and if he's able to keep him over the net, a lot of pressure comes out of him. Bounces that one off the top. Amato dug by Cap. Ramos is going to set this outside to Eddie. Eddie rolls over the top, picked up by Eisenberg. Backside set, dug down the line by Ramos. Reset Eisenberg again. Middle swing, Amato not to be touched there. Number 22 delivers that package with a thunderous swing.
Stunning swing.
I keep missing out on my puns. I'll have to see if I can do better tomorrow.
Been a long day, Nick. You're doing great.
We try.
You're doing great.
We try. Well, we continue to doing our best to deliver a stunning package for you there at home. How about that? It's forced too much.
That was a little forced. Okay.
Well, we'll see right now if Milnaza can create a little bit of flow and force one into the court and create a little bit more pressure. I'm going to keep doubling down. Taken by Eisenberg, goes to the backside. Jair Santiago hammers it down the line, and Melendez not able to corral that one back in.
Big swing by Jair to go down the line. A little bit of a faster set to him that time overhead.
Now Amato to float serve. He's been consistent thus far, finding his target and going after him. Finds Melendez, and he gets the ace. There it is in true fashion. Nick Amato loves going to that cross court.
Long way to go for Cap. I think Ramos was there expecting a little help call that just never came, and Cap unfortunately couldn't get there in time.
4-point lead. Stunners opening it up. We're kind of in that middle stretch. Untouchables need to start answering back. And sometimes answering back is just letting it go long. Number 18 back to serve. Burrell catches Chavers. Tomahawk to keep it over. Kiesecker resets the free ball and into the middle. Buffum dug by a one-handed punch dig from Eisenberg.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Patty cake. Who's going to take control? Eddie Kiesecker takes control. Chavers tries to track it down. Wow, Matt Buffum and Nick West trying to see who can have the worst free ball control touch there, and Chicago Untouchables takes that one home.
Nick West will get the award for worst free ball of the day.
Both these guys having great matches so far, so a little uncharacteristic, and having that back-to-back is a funny point all the same. Eisenberg takes that ball, and now Nick West swings, dug by Milnazik. Buffum free balls over the top, saved by Eisenberg, back set to Jair, and Jair answers that one with a big thunderous swing on the backside.
Sometimes it's just nice to have a 6'10" opposite hitter that can hit over the block of the opponent, especially when the rally extends and both teams can't figure out how to get the ball to find the floor.
Just taking out the trash over there. Found a little bit of control on that last serve. See if he starts to up the pressure. Nope, good control. And now Buffum swings, reset. Nice cover by Melendez. Outside, thrown over the top, but that is going to be outside the pin. Ramos unable to extend that rally, and we see the Stunners holding on to this 4-point lead. We keep coming back to it, and every time Chicago whittles it back down to 2, they're unable to hold on. Santiago, the big hammered swing, and there's a tee off for Ramos with one of the biggest swings of the tournament so far. We have yet to see one that just goes that clean, and that was a great rip for him. Love to see that set there. Cap going very disciplined set across this, the tape there.
Nice swing by Ramos, attacking the smaller blocker of Morales and taking advantage of it.
And pass by Jarvis, bump set to Jarvis, rolled over the top. Nobody home. And that's going to bring us to 16. That's the technical timeout. And you know what that means? Time for some more commercials. We'll be right back with you after the break.
Hey, my name is Travis, and I'm the founder of Arste. Last year, we launched the Medic, which is a state-of-the-art percussive massager. It works by providing rapid, targeted pulses into your muscles, which relieves tension and increases blood flow. It is a great tool for athletes looking to get an edge in their training or in competition, but it's also great for everyday people who suffer from common issues such as stiff neck, lower back pain, and sore feet. What sets our device apart from others? For one, it's how insanely quiet it is. Second is the extended length handle, which allows you to more easily reach your back. And third, the swivel head, which allows for better ergonomics. We also include 6 different head attachments and a travel case with your purchase. We are so excited to have you try the Medic. We know you're gonna love it. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook at any time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.
And we are back concluding that technical timeout. And what might be the conclusion of the night if the OC Stunners can keep this this lead going their way. Untouchables got to buckle up and try to start whittling away. They got plenty of time, but certainly got to answer back right now as we're back into the action with Joey Jarvis and that jump serve. Milnazik passes front row, one option, and that's going to be Ramos swinging into a triple block covered by Milnazik. Buff and bump sets. Ramos swings high and not a single rotation on that ball as that one just decides to go and sail away. We're going to throw it over to Ira Thor with a little insight on the sideline. Ira, over to you.
Thanks, guys. During the last timeout, the OC Stunners coach, Daryl Adams, told us, guys, do not let up. They've also mentioned that Chicago is starting to get touches on the ball, so move the ball further outside from the middle to try to break up that momentum Chicago's had going at the net. And obviously, going forward, they want the ball in front of Jair Santiago as much as possible. He, right now, is the unstoppable force. Back to you guys.
Certainly is, and when you talk about right sides getting the job done, Eddie Kiesecker on the side of the Untouchables is absolutely unstoppable as well. Hitting 4 for 4 on the D-ball, I believe, right now, if my quick mental math checks out. Now you see Chavers swinging, dug by Melendez, and Cap tries to swing on 2, but just that's one that's about 2 feet too far off the net for that swing, I think.
Yeah, and it wasn't very sneaky either. It was a little bit high, had some time, maybe thought about it a little bit too much, questioned his opportunity or his choice, and unfortunately that one goes out of bounds for him.
West gets the overpass taken by Chavers, and now a dump attempt by Randy, picked up by Buffum. Milnazik chisels it down the line. A little bit of a chaos, and Chavers swings, dug by Kiesecker. Quick middle dump, and there's Jair Santiago with a dig. Swiped over the top, picked up by Kiesecker. Chicago all over the floor, gonna be a quick reset. Jair Santiago buries the D-ball. And Chicago Untouchables all over the place.
2 digs by Jair Santiago to extend the rally, finally getting a scoop and then delivering 3 digs.
3 digs, and I would like to go on record. That is 3 digs more than Jair Santiago has had in the last 2 events combined. The entire bench right now making sure that Matt and I know exactly how many. They love to see their big guy not only get the big kills, but the big digs as well. Great effort by him and great support from the team.
Nick West continuing to find the struggles from the inline, though.
Buffum now with a 5-point deficit he's got to start plugging away at, and the end is nigh if he does not start going after it. Huge swing, Corey Chavers over the top of the one-on-one inside the 10-foot line. That was one of the most authoritative swings I've ever had the pleasure of seeing in person. We might need to call a timeout to replace some floorboards. Wow, what a swing. Milnazik tries to answer back, but doesn't find the touch in the hard angle swing. Bounces that off the top of the tape, and it goes wide.
Yeah, not the answer that the Untouchables were hoping for after that huge crushing kill from Corey Chavers.
That swing goes untouched on the way out of bounds, and therefore, you know, we see the Stunners push their lead to 7. This one's feeling like it might be heading to the history books. And when you talk about the overall importance, if I'm not mistaken, this win is going to put the Stunners, so this will put them at 3, which means that Dallas Tornadoes have to win out for an opportunity to overtake the Stunners. So This win right here puts Stunners in complete control of their own destiny, and Dallas Tornadoes fans at home are watching on, hoping for a late run from the Untouchables.
Well, they're going to need some magic right about now because they're 4 points away from taking another loss here and concluding our day one action. San Bernardino, California.
The best place to be if you're a volleyball fan looking for some high-level play.
Absolutely right, Nick. The only place to be if you're a volleyball fan looking for some professional men's volleyball here in the United States.
There's a big swing dug by Eisenberg. And now Chavers chisels back. Nice reset covered by Eisenberg once again. And Chavers rolls over the top and nobody home. That's just the problem when you're playing against a guy that's a high flyer and hits hard with such a big hammer like Chavers. When he goes to that off speed, seeing that, reading that, and getting after it is such a difficult task. Set to the outside, and there it is, a shutdown block. Keep talking about it. This has been one of the most silent Ian Cap serving performances we've seen to date.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to go on one of his patented, multiple service runs like we've seen basically in every other match throughout the season. Could really use one now, but he can't get it past the net. Not too sure what he's been up to since our last event in Atlantic City, but looks like he might have been playing a lot of golf based on that tan line on his arms.
And there it is, Chavers returning the favor. All right, we are at 16-23. Milnazic now going to get a chance. Hammers out into Chavers, but a great pass. And now Jarvis hammers it off the ceiling, going to be kept alive. Cap bumps it outside, and that one is released by Chavers. Chavers giving a confident thumbs up to our line ref there. They always appreciate a good call, and they always appreciate a call that goes their way all the same. So we are now at match point. The OC Centers are going to get about 9 attempts before I can count. So we're really seeing a stellar performance from Jarvis right there. Nick Amato misses long. And some of the Stunners looking for a touch, looking for a line bounce, looking for anything that they're being given there. But Chicago Untouchables now, Tom Burrell seeing if he can answer back and make some late game magic happen, but it's going to be a tough one all the same. He goes for his jump serve, and that's the ball game, folks. And that's going to do it for us here. We're going to hear from a man of the match. And if you take a look at the stats sheet, this is an obvious and easy one. We're going to hear from number 7, Joey Jarvis, a constant answer through that entire match. A great passer, great offensive threat, and what a great performance from him. We're going to toss it over to the current standings. We've been talking about implications all day long. So right now, you're going to see the Utah Stingers, Ramblers, and Tyrants all tied at 5-2. Points are going to really start to matter there right away. Untouchables are going to fall to 3-5, still ahead of the Blaze that are at 2-5 right now. So we've got, then you look at the right side, the National Conference Team Freedom is 5-2 after falling in that set to the Southern Exposure, who extends their record to 4-3. And we're now going to have the Stunners and Matadors at 3-4 apiece, Tornadoes at 1-6. So their destiny is still something that they can control only insofar as they have to win out and hope that the Stunners and the Matadors don't pick up any more wins this weekend. On the side of the Matadors, they've got some other tough matches. They're going to be playing the Ramblers on Sunday, but the team's been playing well, and it's a tough spot for Dallas Tornadoes. We're going to take a quick look also now at the Day 2 schedule. And you can check that out over on the side of the screen. We're going to be back here at 9 a.m. That's going to be the Ramblers taking on Team Freedom. And in an uncharacteristic statement, we're going to see one of these teams drop 2 losses on the weekend, guaranteed. Both teams upset today, so that's going to be a great match, and neither of those teams want to give an inch. So, you know, we always talk about how great wins are, but man, not losing and not going 0-2, that is going to be super crucial. So definitely got to tune in for that one. But we're going to be delivering matches every 2.5 hours, and we're allotting a half hour. Some of these matches run long, so in the case that one pushes a little bit late, we're throwing a half hour up between matches. So stay tuned for those. And we've got the sideline report ready to go. I think we're going to toss it over to you guys. Ira, over to you.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined by our man of the match, Joey Jarvis. Does anybody have more fun out there on the court than you? You look like you're having a ball, high-fiving the officials, pumping your team up.
I just love playing the game, especially in a time like this. It's great to be appreciative of what we have. You know, COVID kind of messed things up for everybody, so it's always great to be out, be playing, and creating a great environment.
You guys got a great start to the match, won the first set. Chicago bounced back, kind of got the energy going, and then you guys kind of sucked that energy away from them in the last 2 sets. What changed?
The biggest thing is we had our own identity, but the last time we were here, we didn't show. So the one thing I kept saying to the guys is we haven't proved anything. Until we show what we can do, we're still nobodies. And we bounced back, we reassessed our mental focus, and we kind of picked it up.
There were so many people on your squad that contributed to this victory today. In the first couple sets, your middles were certainly shutting down their offense. Yourself did a little bit of everything. Certainly a utility-type player. You can score at the net, could score behind the service line. What about your game really allows you to excel?
The younger coaches I had always say, take pride in ball control. If you take pride in ball control, you can play any position. So regardless of the position you're in, let's say you got to take a high ball, you shouldn't be afraid of doubling. You should take it with confidence, knowing that you've practiced it 100 times. So I just say practicing great ball control helped me excel in the game.
What about your new libero, Jair Santiago? Had a great match today. He had 3 digs in a row. Obviously, he got a little joke there with Josh Eisenberg after having that big defensive stand. But talk about Santiago and just the brilliance that he brings out there at his size to be able to perform.
He's a great option on that right pin. Just the quick fact that he dug 3 balls in 1 rally is beyond what we expected. That was great. Libero of the year goes to Jair Santiago. We appreciate his great work, but all jokes aside, he's really stepped up his defense, and he's working hard. He really takes accountability when he misses digs, so that's the biggest difference with him now, and it's starting to show.
And obviously, the last question for you guys is for the Stunners. You needed this win.
Yeah.
Pick up the 3rd win of the year to stay relevant in the standings, still with a chance to kind of control your own destiny.
Yeah. Most importantly, our focus is always win as many sets as possible, as least sets as possible, that we could maximize points, and that's what we came to do. Yes, we let one slip, but overall, we're just trying to get in and get out as fast as possible.
Well, they got out pretty quickly. Joey Jarvis, our man of the match, as the Stunners victorious in 4 sets. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, guys. Awesome to hear from him. He's really well-spoken. He understands his role, the role of the team, and you can see why this Stunners team is clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, you can tell. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nick, but great insight from someone that's on the court in the timeouts every single time. You can see the strategy and the mindset of the Stunners is in the right spot going into their final 2 matches of the regular season.
Really is. So that's going to do it for us here at the Pierce Sports Center. Want to say a couple thank yous. Of course, we want to say a huge shout out to Mikasa, the proud ball sponsor of the NVA. You're going to see plenty of that all weekend long. Also, KT Tape. You cannot take these big of swings all weekend long without needing a little bit of support. So they're holding our athletes together, making sure that our support staff has plenty of supplies. We appreciate that. Also, the Hotel Constance in Pasadena, one of the longtime sponsors here of the NVA, making sure that all of our guys are able to get taken care of. And also China Southern Airlines. We really appreciate the support from some of those league sponsors across the board. Means all the world. And also the fans at home. You guys are the #1 support. Without you, this would not be possible. So I've said it all day long, but make sure to follow. We're going to have tons of stories. We're going to have tons of involvement and ways for you as a fan to get involved with the league here at home, find your hometown team, and just all around enjoy what the league is doing going forward. So on behalf of myself, Matt Prosser, Ira Thor, all of the teams, all the production crew, and everyone making this happen. Thank you, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. as the Las Vegas Ramblers and Team Freedom hammer it out on the court. We'll see you then.